Hey, it's Nikki Thompson, and you're listening to Tea with Nikki, embracing your sexual energy. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about treating yourself like someone you love. Now, this is a statement or a quote that I heard from a coach that I have, Melanie, and she said this in a call last week actually. And when she said that, it was like an aha moment. Because we often don't treat ourselves like someone we love. In fact, we often treat ourselves quite horribly. And when I talk about treating ourselves, I mean things like the way we talk to ourselves in our head, the way we often will put things aside for things that we need, but because other people need us or something else, or we might not see ourselves as worthwhile. And this for me is really triggered me. It really triggered me because it was so true that I often hadn't been treating myself like someone I love. Because I looked at how I treat my children. I looked at how I treat my family. I looked at how I treat my partner and even my dog. And I realized that for a long time, I treated them all so much better than I treated myself. Like if my kids really needed an appointment somewhere, say a chiropractor or some kind of, specialist appointment, I would book it in and I wouldn't even give a shit how much it costs. If they needed it, I would be booking it in and taking them to the appointment. I don't care what else I had booked in. If they really needed it, that's what I would do. Yet, if I really needed something, I would be thinking, oh shit, like, no. Oh, do I really want to spend that kind of money on that? Oh, maybe not. Oh man, when am I going to do that? Oh, just leave it. Don't worry about it. I've got too much on this week. I've got too many things on. I'll just leave it for now. And it could be, really important thing to do. Yet, I would always second guess or even have the conversation, like I just said then, and not even do the appointment, not even do what it is that I needed to do. And this is crucial for us to understand as part of our journey to embracing our sexual energy, to embracing that side of us, and to truly living the life we want, is that we need to treat ourselves like someone we love. In fact, we need to treat ourselves as the person that we love at the top of the list. Because if we don't, no one else is going to treat us like that. No one else, we're not going to expect that treatment from other people. We're not going to expect that the high standards that we deserve. We're just going to take whatever's thrown at us because that's how we treat ourselves. And we might not always treat ourselves like that. I mean, I'm definitely going to put my hand up over the years. Like, I will have my binge spending spree and be like, oh, you fucking deserve this. You're amazing. Let's do it. But then I feel guilty. I have this like buyer's remorse, this guilt once I've purchased a number of things. And then I feel, oh my God, what did I just do? I don't deserve to be, maybe I really shouldn't have spent all this money. Oh, the kids need these things. Like, I should have spent the money on that. Whereas when the kids needed stuff, I don't think I've ever second guessed that. If they've needed uniforms, if they've needed, I don't know, also anything in particular, appointments or clothes or stuff, I've always gotten it. And I've never felt guilty about spending that kind of money on them. Yet I have felt guilty about spending that kind of money on myself. And so over the past 3 years, since I've gone on my own kind of sexual journey and started to truly embrace my sexual side, I have noticed, looking back now, a number of key things that have changed in my daily life that have shifted. One of the first things is that now, keep in mind, my children are old enough to get their own food. So just, you need to remember this before I say this story. But I cook myself breakfast first now. Now, my kids are fussy eaters and can annoy the shit out of me because they'll change their minds 100 times. And I get very hangry, which just means I just get angry when I'm hungry. And once I've gone for my morning walk, I need to eat. I really want to eat my breakfast. And I'm quite particular. I love my veggies, my fried eggs, my cup of tea. That's my breakfast most mornings, 9 times out of 10. And I used to always cook everyone else breakfast. I'd get all the lunches done, and then I'd be so hungry and so cranky, and I'd be a bit dizzy because I hadn't eaten yet. I'd fed everybody else, but I was not enjoying the morning because I was fucking starving. And my kids were just driving me crazy because my tolerance for their noise and craziness is extremely low when I'm hungry. And so I realized that I need to feed myself first. I need to feed myself before everybody else so that I can be the best mum ever. And it takes 20 minutes out of my morning. I cook my breakfast. I eat it quietly at the table. It's not quiet around me, but I'm pretty quiet when I'm eating. And the kids know not to annoy me while I'm eating my breakfast. They'll ask me things, they'll lose their shoes and stuff for school or whatever, but they know not to come and ask me for anything while I'm eating my breakfast. And so I started doing that about 2 years ago, and it has stuck. And I had done this when my daughter was very little because she always slept in. I know, it was amazing. First one out of 3 children would sleep in till about 8 o'clock in the morning. Loved it, and I would always take advantage of that. And so my other 2 boys are old enough to get a snack or whatever in the meantime, but most of the time they're just watching TV anyway. And this would really set myself up for the day. I'd been for my walk or my stretch or my meditation, ate my breakfast, done the stuff that I needed to kick off the day, which made me a much better person to deal with. And so from then on, that has stuck. So even as my daughter's gotten older and she gets up with the other 2 now, but they all just watch TV or do their own thing for a little bit, they know I'm going to make them breakfast soon enough. And this is just part of our routine. So the other things that I do as well is obviously my morning walk. If you've ever heard of anything that I've put out there, I do a morning walk every single day. Now, since being divorced, the kids are sometimes with their dad, but they're mostly with me in the mornings. And I just walk around the street here in front of my house while my kids are asleep. And that is enough for me to do for about half hour, 45 minutes. I do my meditation out the back, and that kickstarts my day. Now, I do this even though my kids probably would rather me cooking them breakfast or finding the shoes that they can't seem to see in front of them. I do this because this is what I need. And it makes me feel good. And it makes me a much better human. It makes me a much better mother. And it's all about treating myself like someone I love. Other things that I do are Tuesday nights I usually have to myself. So I do have a partner. He lives in Brisbane. He comes up on the weekends. So Tuesday nights my kids are with their dad and I'm on my own with my dog. And it's a night in usually. If I can go salsa dancing, I will. But with all the COVID stuff, I haven't been able to do that for a long time. But that's my night in. I do a very easy dinner, usually scrambled eggs. I make myself a really nice hot chocolate or some kind of sugar-free dessert because I try not to eat too many sugars. And then I'll watch TV on the couch. And I love it. I love it. No one interrupts me. Then I usually go and have a solo session. I can't believe I'm saying this on a podcast out loud. This is all about orgasms and habits, and that's what I talk about. But yeah, so generally I have some time to myself. I have an early night every Tuesday night, and it's so good. It's exactly what I need to recharge for the week. Sometimes I do go out. Sometimes I'll go meet friends, but most of the time It's a really quiet night, and I love it. So that's something else. Now, all of these things that I'm talking about are things that I do to take care of myself, things that I do to treat myself like someone I love. But that's just the actions. There's a whole load of shit that happens before we get to the actions. There's a whole lot of stuff that you need to go through and deal with before your actions are aligned with this message. And that is what's going on in your head. And it's all the self-talk that you have going on in your head that either does allow you to treat yourself like someone you love, or it's just constantly berating yourself. Oh, you're not doing enough. Oh, you're not doing enough exercise. Oh, you're not eating well enough. Oh my God, who's going to like this? Oh my God, you're talking about orgasms. Who the fuck is going to listen to that? Why would they listen to you? You know, all of these thoughts can go around in your head. You're probably not having those thoughts, but you're probably having very similar thoughts about not being good enough, not being whatever enough. And this can stop us from treating ourselves like someone we love. Well, of course you're going to spend that money on your kids. It's your children. You should always put your children first. Well, that's a message that sent me spiraling into depression because I always thought I had to put my children first. My children are number one. That is what it says in all of the parenting books, like, you know, a good mother sacrifices her life. But that's a load of shit. Because when you sacrifice your life for your children, you're just like a shell of who you are. Imagine parenting from a place of feeling fucking amazing. Imagine parenting from a space where you just treat yourself so well that your kids look up to you, that your kids just want to hang out with you because you're fun, because you have energy, because you are magnetic. What if that's how you could parent? That's a whole different concept that is certainly not in most parenting books. But what if you could treat yourself like someone you love, put yourself first, so that you've actually got the energy, got the patience, got the love and attention that you want to give to your kids? What if you parented like that? What if you created a business like that? What if you created a business from a space of love, from a space of fun and excitement, and truly wanting to share a message that you believe in, that you're passionate about, rather than a space of, oh fuck, I need money. Oh shit, things are getting really tight. Maybe I should start a business. Maybe I should do this MLM. Maybe I should do whatever it is. Oh my God, it's hard. Like you can feel that energy that people are putting out. And that's what I want you to think about today. I want you to think about, would you want a partner that talks to you the way that you talk to yourself? Would you want a partner that treats you the way that you treat yourself? Fuck no, hopefully some of you are saying. And if you're saying that, how are you going to change it? What do you need to do to shift that? Do you need to start with your self-talk? Do you need to start with the shit that you're saying to yourself all the time? Man, I feel like I'm swearing a lot in today's episode. I probably am. Anyway, do you need to start with breakfast? Oh my God, are you having breakfast so late, or are you missing out on breakfast completely because you're not making time for that in the mornings? My God, you'd never send your kids out to school if they haven't had breakfast on a regular basis. Sometimes I've done that because they just won't eat anything and they're driving me crazy. And they just say, fine, I'm not going to eat anything. But they've never done that again. Like, they learn that lesson pretty quickly. But you would never send your kid to school without having breakfast. If your partner was starving, you wouldn't tell them to go do 100 errands before they could eat their breakfast. God, no. So would you want to have a partner who talks to you the way that you talk to yourself, or treats you the way that you treat yourself? If you do, fucking bravo, congratulations, that's amazing, and continue that. If not, what are you going to start doing this week that's going to shift these? What are you going to start doing? And it could also be things like making time for yourself. Oh, it's so cliche. It is so cliche, but finding some space in your week to go and have an orgasm on your own, in your bedroom, kids are asleep, partners wherever, no partner, doesn't matter. Just go and do that. Meditate, read a book, watch some shit on Facebook, whatever it is that lights you up. But treat yourself like someone you love, because you so deserve that. And from that space, you can start to really shift in all areas of your life, because that's what I'm all about. Now, next week, I'm going to be talking about some of that underlying causes of overwhelm, but I've also got some incredible interviews coming out shortly. So we've got the beautiful Kim Morrison, we've got Natalie McNeil coming soon, we've got some awesome podcast interviews, and they come out on Wednesdays. Not every Wednesday, I'm very sporadic. It depends on guests' availability and all that kind of stuff, but I want you to know that that is coming. And the other thing that is coming is that we've got a new group, a free group on Facebook. And we're kicking that free group off, so you can join at any time. If you want the link, just come and find me on social media, and I will send you the link. Send me a message, and you can join our group, because from I think it's August the 15th, we are kicking off with our 10-day free orgasm challenge. Free. I'm not going to charge for orgasms, but it's a free challenge that we're doing from the 15th of August for 10 days. And it's all about a daily orgasm challenge. And I would love you to join in our group. We're just going to be sharing, what things are coming up. Are we able to make the time? Why can't we? What's coming up? Are you getting more energy? Are you having more fun in your days? I want to help you to see the real benefits of connecting with your physical side in a sexual side in a very physical way. And that's what we're going to be kicking off. So if you want the details, come and find me on social, on Facebook or on Instagram with Nikki Thompson. Send me a message. We'll send you the link through. We'll even put the link probably in the show notes to join this group. And we'll be kicking it off on the 15th of August, 14th of August even. Yes, the 14th of August, the Friday. So come and join our group, and I cannot wait to start this off. This is going to be epic, and it's something that I did a number of years ago that started me on this whole journey. So I'm really looking forward to doing that with you. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let us know. We'll be answering your questions on email or socials. And I hope you have an amazing week, and I will chat to you again next week. See ya.